Hello everybody, my name's Nicola and welcome back to my channel. This is the Frugal Cottage where we talk all things money to help you on your financial journey. Today's video is all about my sinking funds setup and update for March 2021. Don't forget to like and subscribe and let's get started. So yes, I thought I would share with you how my sinking funds are going, what my thought process is around them and how I want them to maybe look in say 3 months time. And I've been thinking about how often to do these videos because I'll be honest, I don't add that much money to them that often. So I wondered whether I should kind of change it to like a quarterly basis, so I do these every kind of 3 months. Let me know in the comments below if you want me to still do these monthly or whether you think it would be more beneficial to kind of leave a bigger amount of time in between. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are on that. I can't decide whether to keep doing them on a monthly basis or not. But anyway, this is my sinking funds binder. Again, this is just off Amazon. I'll leave a link below to the binder and the envelopes. I say that all the time, but it's this one and then the one I use for my cash envelopes. They're really kind of, they're not expensive. They last well. I've had this one like nearly 2 years and you can't really tell. And I just find the system really easy. So anyway, let's get my sinking funds out of here for now. So how many do I have at the moment? So I've got, if you can see that properly, so I've got Christmas, birthdays, school holidays, school related expenses, MOT/car, my favourite one for multi-purse, and then clothes. So I've got, and you can see that there's quite a few, there's stuff in all of them actually. So let's start with Christmas. So obviously in terms of kind of length of time away, Christmas is the one that's the furthest away. But it's also the one that potentially, maybe apart from the car, that we'll spend the most money from or we'll need to save the most money. So far in the Christmas envelope, I've got 20, 40, 60, I've got £70 in the Christmas envelope. So that's going okay. It could do with, bearing in mind we're kind of in the third month already, it could do with being slightly more in there, but that's okay as a starting point. I think that if I focus more on some of the others and then come back to the Christmas envelope later on, if that makes sense, because some of the others, the time frame for these is shorter. So for example, the school holidays, the main kind of the biggest one for us there is the summer holidays, but also there's Easter in a couple of weeks and then there's May half term. So there are ones within these that have a shorter time scale, if that makes sense. So Christmas is the one that's kind of the longest away, and so kind of hasn't been as much of a priority, I suppose, but that's that started. Birthdays is a tricky one because we're still kind of in lockdown, or kind of we have been. Obviously you can't just kind of go and wander around the shops and kind of decide in person. So this has in, how much does this have in at the moment? This has in £40, but it's been, we've had a birthday in February, for example, but I didn't use the birthday sinking fund because I had to buy it online. Now this is where this system is really good when you can go in person, and it's kind of more tricky in a way when you can't. So instead of spending that, I then didn't add any more to it, if that makes sense, because I'd spent it, I used my card instead online. So birthdays at the moment has £40 in there. And hopefully as we kind of things get a bit more, I don't like using the word normal, but you know, normal things are starting to open, it will be easier to kind of go back to using this kind of thing in cash rather than having to use online. Because I mean there are some really lovely Instagram shops that I use and I don't mind spending that online, but I do like to kind of support our local shops where I can. The next one is school holidays. So this is kind of the, I suppose, the most important in some ways, especially because obviously like for the last like year that you know, our children haven't been able to do very much, and so when we can get back to doing stuff, I want to be able to do that, if that makes sense. So let's see how much we've got in here at the moment. So school holidays, so 24, there's £60 in the school holidays. So we've got this week and next week, and then it's the Easter holidays here in the UK, so the kids get 2 weeks off school. So during that time, if we can go anywhere, that some of that will be used for that, and that's okay. That's exactly what it's there for, and I'm okay with that. I don't know how much we'll be able to do in the Easter holidays, because from the kind of the roadmap out of lockdown, I don't feel like it changes very much in the Easter holidays. By May half term, which is kind of the end of May in the UK, then that will come more into play. The next one is school related expenses. So this is for things like uniform, and not that they're doing that at the moment, but if they were going to go on any kind of trips, it would come out of this. Obviously, again, they're not doing that at the moment. School uniform is not until August. Well, depends if he doesn't outgrow all of his clothes in the meantime. But let's see what's in here. It cost me last year, I think all in was about £70 for everything. So there's £40 in there so far for the school uniform. So I'm kind of aiming for about £80 in there just to cover everything for school. And then if kind of there's any school trips and things that happen later on in the year, then hopefully there'll be stuff in there to do with that as well. So the car MOT, now I'll be totally honest, we are kind of thinking about getting a new to us car. We've got a fairly old car now, and it's starting to kind of get more and more things wrong with it. And maybe this is the year where we kind of do something about that. But at the moment I'm going to kind of keep going as if our MOT is in October, and we'll see. So how much is in here at the moment? So £60 in the car MOT pot. Although I do think we need a new tyre, so actually if we get a new tyre this weekend, that will come out of there. So the car one is a bit of that's an ongoing thing, isn't it, really? So although the big thing is the MOT and service, obviously there are associated costs ongoing with a car, and we might have to rethink this one at a later date, because I feel like at some point we're going to have to make that decision about our car. It'll be strange because we've had our car so long. We had it before we had the children, so it's been in our house. It's been like our family car since they were babies. So anyway, my favourite one, I'm so if you can't tell, I'm so excited to get this. So if you're new here, I decided this year that I would put in a sinking fund for something just for me. So I very rarely treat myself to stuff, and I'm okay with that. I'm not the kind of person who like overly spends on stuff, but I have wanted a Mulberry purse or wallet if you're American for so long that I decided this year I'm going to set up this sinking fund, and I'm going to hopefully make that at some point. So this is my favourite one, so let's see. And also I put some, this one might seem like it's more, but I put some birthday money in this. My birthday was in December, so oh, I'm excited. And I don't really want to share how much the Mulberry purse is, they're expensive. So 20, 40, 60, 80. So I've got £100 towards one. And I saw a post on Instagram like today, as I'm filming this, where it said that I'd rather have a £5 purse and have £495 to put in it rather than a £500 purse. And yeah, ordinarily I would totally agree with that. The purse I'm currently using is a Radley purse that I bought off eBay about 10 years ago, and so it was second hand when I bought it. It wasn't expensive and it does the job just fine. But this is me saying that it is okay to spend money on things that you appreciate, and it will bring me so much joy to have that. And I'm going to stop justifying it because that's my decision. So that's what's in the Mulberry one. And then the final one, so clothes, was actually a weekly cash envelope. So it was in my other binder, but kind of really quickly in the new year I decided that this was silly to have as a weekly budget because I just don't buy clothes. Again, just not somebody who, I don't enjoy going clothes shopping, and at the moment you can't even go and try stuff on, and I'm someone who likes to try things on before I buy something, and you can't, which helps in the spending. There is currently £20 in the clothes, and that will stay as that until I feel I need to spend it. What I do need to get soon, I need to get some new trainers, but again, I quite like to try shoes on because I never quite know which size I am, and it's, you know, you never know whether they're going to be comfortable. So yeah, that's going to stay as that, and we'll see how it goes. But that is my sinking funds envelope for March. I'm most excited about this one. I'm not anywhere near being able to purchase that yet, but I'm excited about that, and I will share it with you whenever I finally get to do that, as in to buy it. All of these as well, all of this so far, barring I think £40 in this one that was birthday money for me, All of these so far have been filled using side hustle income, so stuff that I make from my blog, from this YouTube channel, so thank you for watching if you are watching, and don't forget to like, it helps, from Etsy, so my budget planners on Etsy. All of that combined is used for all of these, which is kind of taking the pressure off our kind of normal everyday budget just that little bit, and I'm happy with the system so far. And yes, obviously if I could earn more on the side, these would get kind of full faster, but I am plodding along with the process, so to speak. And yeah, that's my sinking funds update for March 2021. Have you got any sinking funds? How are yours looking at the moment? Let me know in the comments below. As always, I really do appreciate when you take the time to watch my videos, so thank you very much. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you again very soon.